The dark arts. The dark arts always wins. I like it. Today is the 64 over 100 days challenge, and as you know, I watched the game between Man U and Arsenal, which ended in a 1-0 win by Arsenal with a goal from Calafiori. I think a lot of talking points in this. So, like I always do most times, five things I learned from this game. One, Mbemo and Kuna might be two of the best signings in the EPL this season. I think maybe beyond just maybe Reinders and Checky were obviously very good signings. Mbemo and Kuna did so well into this game. I think it was just a little bit unfair that Man did not end the game with at least a point because in the whole 90 minutes, they kind of played better than Arsenal. Arsenal really didn't do a lot. I think Man U had about 22 shots thereabout, um, with Raya making about six saves thereabout. So, Mbemo and Kuna did well today, and they are very, very good buys for Man U. Number two, if Ruben Amorim continue playing this way, the way he did today, I think it's a better display from what they did last season. They played too well, they attacked too well. Last season we saw Man U being more defensive, but in this game against Arsenal, they came out, they played too well. Arsenal were the ones who were sitting the most times. Arsenal really didn't really get the chances. They were the ones on the ball most times. So if Amorim continue playing this way, Man U will do better than what they did last season. Number three, Bayinde was his name. Mayu and Nana are pretty much the same. They are pretty much the same. Mayu have not solved their goalkeeping problem. The main issue that they had last season was last season they were conceding from a lot of corners. There were a lot of corner and weird situations where they conceded the goal. And it's the same thing that happened today. So what's different between having Onana in the post and having Bayinde in the post? It's pretty much no different. I thought Mayu will be in the market for Emiliano Martinez. I still thought the conversation was to have Martinez. Martinez presently, I think, is available in the market. He didn't start the game for Aston Villa, so I think he's presently in the market. I thought we were going to go for him, but somehow everything fizzled out. I also thought we were going to go for Donnarumma, but somehow I think they pulled out of the race. So, Man U really need to solve their goalkeeping position. Then number four, Ateta is pretty much clueless. I think for people who are Ateta sexuals who still believe that Ateta has something to deliver, I think after the season, no matter what happens, even if he wins the league, I think it'll be better for him to just wrap it up and move on. Ateta is pretty clueless. In today's game against Mayu, we saw how clueless Ateta was from the start of the match to the very end of the match. There was nothing special Ateta was doing. Everything was just vibes and inshallah. There was no tactical change. Odegaard was poor in that game. Kept Odegaard for most part of the game. Saka to an extent was not really getting those chances that he got. I think Martinelli in a way I feel kind of played better than Saka in that game. Gyökeres didn't really get the service that he deserved. In those games, lost most of his dues to delete. So like there were a lot of dynamics in that game. Arteta was pretty much clueless. He had no choice when he brought in Havertz, obviously brought in Havertz so he could win more set piece, and also look for a way to score a second goal. But why will a team like Arsenal keep looking for set piece to score a goal? Why don't you look for a way to create the chance and get your goal? Compared to Ruben Amorim's setup today, Arteta was pretty clueless. So what in this game, so what Kuna did, so what Mbeumo. I think the only issue that Ruben Amorim made today was not starting Sesko. There was no reason to start Mount in that match. Play Kuna, play Mbeumo, right, left, then play Sesko up front. But I don't know. Maybe I thought it like Pep always do, and they start Sesko. Number five, Casemiro steers it, but I think it's high time man you also look for another option for a DM. There are a lot of places in the midfield where Casemiro was getting the ball. Also a lot of places where Man U in general were losing the ball. But with the belief we had a player like Baliba in that match today, I think Man U would have they will have controlled the midfield more than they did today. Um, Man U, we have Mark Asado. We can bring 55 million. We can get him from Baka for us. We need money, so 55 million giveaway price. Black Friday came early, so why not just go to market and get Casado for almost 55 million. So pretty much that's my five things I learned today from today's match. the 64, the 65. I think tomorrow we're watching the game I'm watching the game between Everton and Leeds. I'm presently watching the game between Atletico Bilbao, but I just closed the laptop because my 8 watch is not going so well. So I just closed my laptop and I think that's all for today. So bye guys. See you tomorrow in the next video. Peace and love.